All right, so welcome everybody. We are going to get started. My name is Coach Staci Ann, and you have joined my confidence building meetup group. So tonight, for tonight's event, I have for you, this is going to be an interactive confidence building workshop. So there will be a series of these workshops that I will be posting. So take a look and watch out for those. What I'm going to do is tonight's event will be kind of our kickoff and where we're going to start in the tools and techniques we're going to use to help build confidence. So if you've been to one of my events before, you know that sometimes I have a little trouble with my PowerPoint. All right, so here we go. So just a few housekeeping items. Because this is going to be interactive where you're going to get a chance to speak and share, I just ask that you mute yourself when you're not speaking just to try to avoid any background noise. Make sure you have something to write with and write on, so some paper and pen. You're going to be asked to speak at different times, so you can unmute yourself when it's time for that. Just a reminder, please be polite to everyone. If you want to share and you don't get called on when I ask for responses, feel free to put those thoughts in the chat if there's something that you just really wanted to share and didn't get a chance to. And if you if you have a question, you can post that in the chat. And if for some reason I miss it, please do post it again, as sometimes, a lot of people start chatting and I might miss something inadvertently. All right, so do we have any questions so far? And just so you know what? I can't see all of the tiles because I'm sharing my screen. So feel free to just come off mute and ask that question out if you have any questions so far. All right, I will take it that there's no questions at this point. So let's keep going. So what I wanted to start with tonight is just a little bit of breathing exercises. So here's what we're all going to do, or what I'm going to ask everyone to do. We are going to inhale for 4 counts, hold for 7 counts, and then exhale for 8 counts. We're going to do 3 sets of this. Ready? Here we go. Inhale for 4, 2, 3, 4, hold 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale for 2, 3, 4. Hold for 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Now just take some cleansing breaths and let's move on. So does anyone, oh, wait a second, does anyone know, what does breathing have to do with confidence? Please feel free. Actually, I said to respond by raising your hand, but sometimes I can't see all the tiles. So if someone just wants to come off mute and share, what do you think? What does the breathing have to do with confidence? Why did I mention that? Any thoughts?
Because
I
it
have a
makes you
thought,
present in
Stacy.
the moment. Oh, sorry.
Okay, good. That's a nice one, Linda. And Greg?
It calms your mind and your body.
Good. It does calm your mind and your body, and it does make you present in the moment. So when we're talking about confidence building, we want these things. We want to remain composed. We want to think clearly. We want to focus on our strengths and what we bring to the table. We want to make sure we are listening to whatever might be happening around us and paying attention, clear-minded, that allows us to use every skill that we have to make sure that we are acting in the most beneficial way. So the breathing, I find it just can bring so much clarity to us. And sometimes when we're put under stress or pressure, we may hold our breath. We may breathe more rapidly. We may go into a panic, okay? And that takes away our confidence in being able to do whatever it is that we need to do. So we want to come back to the breath. While it seems like such a simple thing, like, yeah, I'm already breathing, you would be surprised. And I'm going to tell you, I'm doing this for a reason. I feel the difference as soon as I do it. And I feel how it just can make things so much better. So that's why I wanted to have you all have a chance to do that and bring it to your attention. So hang on one second. My slides got a little out of order, but that's okay. Now it's time for affirmations. So here's part of our interactiveness. This is what I'd like you to do. I am going to state one of these affirmations. Well, I'm actually going to say them in order, and I'm going to ask you to repeat after me. All right, so I'm going to read it, and then you can come off mute and repeat it. So we're doing it in unison. Ready? I am the architect of my life. I build its foundation and choose its contents.
I am the architect of
Architect
my
of
life.
my life.
I
I
build
build
its
its
foundation
Foundation
and choose
and
its
choose
content.
its contents.
Yes. Awesome. Today I am brimming with energy and overflowing with joy.
Today I am
Today
brimming
I am brimming with
with
energy
energy and
and
overflowing with joy.
overflowing with joy.
Great. My body is healthy. My mind is brilliant. My soul is tranquil.
My body
My
is
body is
healthy.
healthy.
My
My
mind is
mind is
brilliant.
brilliant.
My soul is tranquil.
Soul is tranquil.
Great. I am superior to negative thoughts and low actions.
I am
I am
superior
superior to negative thoughts and
and
low
low
actions.
low
actions.
action.
Great. I have been given endless talents, which I begin to utilize today.
I have been
I have
given
been given
endless
endless
talents,
talents, which
which
I
I
begin to
begin to
utilize
utilize
today.
today.
I forgive those who have harmed me in my past and peacefully detach from them.
I forgive
I
I
those
forgive those
who have harmed me
in
in
the
my
in my
past.
past and peacefully
peacefully
detach
Peacefully
detach
detach
from them.
Great. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I love that interactiveness. Thank you so much for your participation. And let's remember, the way we get to started is to quit talking and begin doing, which is what you are doing today. And this is a quote by Walt Disney. And I hope that you find it inspirational. So here's ready, where I'm going to ask you to start doing things, and then we're going to get into some breakout rooms. Again, we are getting interactive tonight. Do you guys feel motivated?
Yes.
All right. Thank you for the one person. Thank you. Thank you for taking me off of my limb. I appreciate that. All right. So let's see. So here's what I want you to do. I'm going to give you 3 minutes. Ready? 3 minutes. And I want you to write down the following. What are you good at? What are you proud of about yourself? And list some of your successes. So I'm going to give you 3 minutes, and I actually have a timer, but you know what I just realized? I'm going to use something different I'm going to use my phone here as my timer. I had something on the screen, but I realized it doesn't work when I am presenting. But let's see, we're going to do 3 minutes. Okay, so take a moment, write it down, 3 minutes, and start. Okay, 20-second warning. All right, time is up. All right, how do we do? Was 3 minutes enough time?
Yes,
I
3
think
minutes
so.
was good.
Okay. Okay, good. Thank you for that feedback. I appreciate that. All right. So now here is what we are going to do with it. So you're going to have time to share in the breakout rooms. I'm going to stop my sharing and prepare to put everyone in breakout rooms, just a small little group. And I'm going to give you 2 minutes this time in your breakout rooms. And I want you to share at least one thing that you wrote down with your group. So just start with one person and go around and just share. Let me see. Just share one thing. We're just going to do a small little breakout rooms, but I wanted everybody to have a chance to share. And again, being interactive. So we'll just do a quick little 2 minutes and it'll give you a 30-second warning to then come back to the main room. So when you see the little dialog box, it should come up on the screen. It'll send you to a breakout room. You'll chat and then come on back. Any questions?
Nope.
Okay, great. And if anybody else comes in, if you can just let them know what we're doing, that would be great. I think we have somebody who just came in, so we'll try and get them to a breakout room as well. So here comes the breakout room. See you in 2 minutes. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. All right. So how did that feel? Did we get a chance to share?
2 minutes was a little quick.
It was too quick. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me know. I wasn't.
But we did some sharing.
Okay, good. Wonderful. Let me just go back to let me see, where'd my screen share go? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Okay, so great. So I just wanted everybody to have a chance to share what they wrote. And does anybody want to share to the whole group something that means something to them? Is there something that you're really proud of that you've accomplished?
So I shared that I worked for a large company for 28 years.
Okay, wonderful. Anybody else?
I shared that I consider myself an excellent problem solver. The bigger the problem, bring it on. I'll take it on.
Very nice. Very
Oh,
nice.
nice. I wish I had that.
That's awesome. Great skills to have. Very important. I am a former middle school math teacher, so I'm big on the problem solving. That's my favorite stuff. Anybody else?
I said that I'm good at making people laugh.
I love you, and you are, Linda. That's great. That's important. I love laughs. Anyone else? Great. Well, we have a variety of talents, people with longevity and the ability to make people laugh and problem solve. So we have so many skills and talents. We should always feel good that we have these strengths within us, whether we feel like it's important or not. There can be little tiny things that just can make a big difference in somebody else's life. I'm big on smiling because I believe that a smile goes a long way. I know when I walk past somebody and they smile at me, that makes me feel good. And it can be somebody I know, somebody I don't know, somebody in the grocery store. It's like a little connection. It's like, oh, it says that's a friendly person. There's somebody who is kind. It just like can go a really long way, even though it seems so trivial sometimes. All right, so now here's what I'm going to have you guys doing next. And please know this workshop is a work in progress. So this is another one of these little brainchilds of mine. For those of you who've been to some of my other events, you might have heard me say I come up with these little brainchilds. I get these ideas in my head and I'm like, I wonder how that would work out. Right? So I'm like a problem solver. I feel like, this could be useful for people. Let me see how people react to it. Let's see how it goes. I'm kind of like a throw the spaghetti at the wall. Let's see what's going to stick. So here we go. Now you're going to take that page of all your talents and successes, and you're going to write an elevator pitch. So what is an elevator pitch? Do I have that? Oh, here we go. Sorry, I went ahead a little bit too far. So you're going to create a little 30-second pitch. So here's the scenario I'm going to give to you. You have to sell yourself to an executive for a high-level position. How would you sell yourself in 30 seconds? What would you say? What are your strengths? What do you bring to the table? What are you, how do you give somebody a quick scenario? Here's what I'm all about. Here's what I've done. Da, 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 right? But to help you guys, because I'm not just throwing you to the wolves on your own, I'm going to put you back in some breakout rooms. So you have some other people to bounce ideas off of. Okay, so I'm going to do that. And I'm going to ask you to try to avoid negative phrases. I want you to speak in positive terms. Okay, not, well, I can sort of do this. I can sort of, yeah, well, we can all do that. But can you be confident in what you can do? Speak with the mindset of action. I want you to think in terms of action. Our minds can get, it's so easy to fall. What I'm calling it now is like into the rabbit hole of sadness and doom and gloom and, oh, nothing's going right. And we can stay there or we can dig ourselves out of it. And I'm going to tell you right now, the way you dig yourself out of it is through action. You can stay in the rabbit hole of sadness, or you can come out of it with action. And even if it's little actions, okay, I'm not asking for the moon here, right? I just want you to rely on those strengths when you want to fall into the hole, okay? So I'm going to put you back in breakout rooms. And what do I have on the clock here? All right, I'm going to give you 5 minutes this time to take those words. You're going to have other people to bounce ideas off of. And try and write a 30-second pitch. And then we'll see who wants to volunteer and share when we come out of the breakout rooms. Sound fair? Are we cool with that? Questions? Hit me up. How am I doing so far? Okay. All right. I'll take that as an okay. Well, we're going to leave it as a good enough.
Staci?
Yes.
Hi, Staci. Nice to see you again.
Hi. Hi.
Thumbs up.
Thank you, Linda.
What would you say if somebody is just in that rabbit hole and just can't get out?
I know. I've been in the rabbit hole, my friend. I've been in the rabbit hole. Okay. That's where I want you to think to those achievements. I want you to think, what is it that you have done for other people? What is it that you have done that's been successful in your life? Because I know you have things. Are you a great driver? Are you good at helping other people? Are you caring? Are you a problem solver? Are you good at puzzles? What are you good at? Because I
Okay,
know
thank
you have things. Okay. So I just want you to try. There's no grading here. This is a start. We are trying to come out of the rabbit hole. Okay.
Nice. Thank you for
So
the example.
yeah, so I'm putting you with other people, brainstorm and come back. We're going to get some feedback, and I'd love to hear what you had to say, and then we'll work on it together. Okay, further. All right, so let me just change this right here. All right, 5 minutes. All right, we can do it. I believe in all of you. You're all awesome. Here we go. All right, if you're watching the replay, just stop the video when you need to. Hey, everybody, welcome back. How do we do?
Not enough time.
Not enough time. Okay. All right. Okay.
Definitely
Good.
not enough time.
Not enough time. Okay.
But I'd
Do we
like to
wanna-
I'd like to give a shout out to my teammates Greg and Chris particularly. Would like to hear more from our third partner, but she wasn't able to join. She wasn't able to get in. Craig and Chris completely crushed it. Good job, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Very
Yeah.
nice. That's fantastic. Oh, I'm so glad to hear. So feel free to keep working on it while we go through. Is there anybody who was able to put something together you want to share? Any thoughts? We're
You
too
want to
afraid.
share, Mark? Because Mark didn't get a chance to go in our group.
Oh,
with
thanks,
Chris. With
Thanks,
Chris.
Thanks,
Sorry,
Greg.
sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
so
man, we support you, man.
Oh, thanks, bud.
I support you. I support you. You're going to do a great job.
Well,
You're
so
going
I
to
mean,
give
this,
it your all. You're a
I think
risk taker.
this was for the executive suite position, right? Is that my understanding? All right. So I just start by saying, as you know, the executive suite is that special place where the buck must always stop. The someone you choose must possess the maturity and capacity to navigate that role with aplomb. Such a role requires an effective, open, and ethical communicator, an inspiring leader, an eager problem solver, and someone with a capacity for visionary thinking. As a skilled pilot and longtime entrepreneur, I'm prepared to hold the highest level responsibility that your firm will vest in me and lead your team with clarity, sincerity, and ever expanding vision. Period.
Fantastic.
Period.
That was beautiful.
Fantastic. Look at you. That's wonderful.
That was like a presidential candidate speech. That was really
Wow.
Look at that.
Linda,
You
you're
got
right.
it.
no, I'm
Very
serious. That
nice.
was really impressive.
Very nice. Good job.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
This is the confidence boosting workshop, right? Thank you,
That's
Linda.
it. That's it. That's
I see Anita
goal.
nodding too. Thank you.
good job. Very nice. All right. Anyone else? I know that one's going to be hard to top, but I believe in you guys. You can do it. I'm so proud of you for being here. Thank you for joining me tonight. Anyone else even
Oh
have
yeah,
like a
I have
little
a
bit?
question. I have a question, Stacy. Is
Sure.
when we go into the breakout rooms, is that recorded?
No. No, and as a matter
Alright.
of fact, when you go into the breakout rooms, I stop recording too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we just had that we had that question. in
Okay.
our
If you're
group.
just curious for just Zoom in general, if you didn't stop
Oh yeah.
recording, would the breakout rooms be recorded? Do you know, or
I don't think so. Actually, I don't think so. I've never tried it. I haven't come across that yet, to be quite honest.
I'm
with
just
you.
chiming
we'll
in
test
just
it.
because I had to teach online during the pandemic.
Okay.
And what you would see in the recording is that the main room is empty. And so you'll only see the moderator. You don't get recordings of the individual breakout rooms.
thank you, Anita.
Thank you. Yeah, and actually just like at first, before I stopped it, I started checking my teeth. It's so
just-
funny. So it's
I-
like, I was like, oh, wait a minute, I better stop this recording as I'm waiting for everybody to come back.
I've always wondered one other Zoom kind of thing, like an inside secret thing. Is it the case that does the moderator see the entire chat? So if like someone here would have messaged someone else here, does the moderator see all the chats that ever took place during the meeting?
No.
Really?
Mm-mm. Not that I'm ever aware of. Like when I've written to folks, I'm writing them directly. So unless I'm writing it to everyone, then it'll show up. But when I'm writing to, like if someone specifically asks me something and I can respond, if it's not something for the whole group and I can respond directly to them, then that doesn't show up. From what I've seen actually, in just my experience with Zoom.
I'm actually glad that we don't have it recorded in the breakout rooms, because sometimes some of the
Oh,
things
I
that I'm
wouldn't do
sharing-
that to you guys.
Yeah. Some of the things I'm sharing are a little personal, and I like it's not like some of these things I'm not even like going for a job or anything. They're kind of like they're really at the heart. So I feel a little weird being recorded while I say them.
Okay. Completely understand. Hence, so then I'm glad that I did bring in those breakout rooms to put folks in. I figured it was, a smaller environment. You can chat with the other people a little bit easier than in the main group. So that's why I wanted to incorporate that. So I definitely appreciate that feedback. And I appreciate you feeling that you could share in that breakout room, and I hope that this experience is helpful to you. Does anyone else have anything?
I just
Go.
wanted to comment. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead, Lamb, because I've already spoken a lot. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I just wanted to comment more than anything. Yeah, a couple of people spoke very nicely. And did a very good job with it. I found that when I was in my head, it was very hard to come up with something. And I'm glad, Stacy, you mentioned some examples, and that kind of got me out of my head and thinking about it. So that's all I wanted to say.
That's great, Lamb. I'm so proud of you. Do you have anything that you want to share or run past us, or anything that we can just try and give you some feedback on? Is there anything we can do to help?
I don't know. I mean, you know, I
No
drive a
pressure.
lot.
No pressure.
Yeah. So when you mentioned driving, I'm like, yeah, I mean, I've been driving since I was 16, and it's like I don't think about it as an accomplishment, you know.
Oh,
For
and that's it. There's so many things we kind of take for granted. Now, when I talk about my driving, sometimes I'm like, get out of my way, people. Like I'm like, you better, I'm coming through. I'm like, what do you mean this is a one-way street? I don't like that. So not to say that I'm a reckless driver. And according to
Reckless.
some people that ride to me, I tend to hit every pothole, right? So, you think of like these little things, and I have had to have 2 tires changed within like a year during the pandemic when the tires were really expensive too. So my point is, it can be an accomplishment to be good at it. I mean, maybe it's small, but I still don't think it's something we should take for granted. So I'm
I like
sorry.
that.
Go ahead.
No,
Just-
that's good. Thank you.
Sure. Did anyone else want to share? I didn't want to leave anybody out who might have something.
Wait, can I share something?
Sure.
Going back to the driving, I'm a very great driver, but I do sometimes I find it difficult just to like find strengths at times. So what's something that I could do or we could all do to identify, like write down like our strengths more often, so we're able to identify with our strengths more often instead of always just being in the negative
And
or not thinking that we don't have any.
Greg, you make a tremendous point. And as you were speaking, it was really coming to me where for a long time in my life, I can think about, okay, I need to work on doing this better. I need to work on doing that better. I need to work
Better.
on this,
Uh-huh.
right?
That
And
was the word. That was the word I always used, was better. But then I wasn't appreciating what I had.
exactly. I'll be like, I'll just pick apart everything that's wrong with what I did. And that doesn't get me anywhere. That doesn't help me when I speak to other people, because the truth is we're all going to have little flub ups here and there, right? We're all going to hit a pothole now and then, because they're just, those manholes are just there, right? So, but that shouldn't take away from the big picture. And I know, like so back in 2008, 2009, I directed a school play when I was teaching high school. I directed a play, Bye Bye Birdie. You can see it on my channel if you ever want to look at it. But, and that was a blood sucking project that I worked on. It was just, it was all encompassing. There was tons of ups and downs, and things went right and things went wrong, but I was really proud of it in the end. The kids did a great job, and yeah, it means a lot to me. And so part of my elevator pitch is telling people I did that, because it was a really big project. I had never done it before. I had no training, no direction. I just basically made it up as I went along. Well, I mean, and make it up, I mean, just try to figure it out as I went along, breaking down the schedule, putting together the sets, and the dance routines, casting the students and all these different things. So it was like 5 months of like intense stress. And because I was given the dates when the play had to go on per the school, that's when they wanted it. There was no changing it. So it's like it had to happen then, or it didn't happen, basically. So it was it's quite the adventure. But that's part of my thing. And I can tell you all the things that went wrong and all the things that I did wrong, because there was a whole bunch of them. But the play went on. The kids got to be in it. They got to sing and dance and act and everything. And at the end of the day, that's all that really matters, right? So that's, I can tell you about my trauma from my play, but that's a different that's a different presentation. So, but I would definitely encourage you to write down every day at least 3 strengths, 3 things that went right. Let's not focus on what went wrong. Maybe we say one thing we can do a little bit better, but I want you to list as many things and accomplishments as you have done each day, and I would definitely encourage that. So thank you, Greg, so much for mentioning that. That was a really great idea. Sure.
I just want to toss in a thought, and this is something that I just only realized myself a couple of weeks ago. And I'm not sure that I've totally internalized it. Deepak Chopra wrote a book, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, and one of them was supposedly this concept of the law of least effort. And so in the chat window, I just threw like a link to an article about it if anyone wants to read it. It's a PDF.
Oh, great.
But this was the idea. Sometimes the things that are our greatest strengths are the things that we do that we don't even think we're doing anything. Like the things that I'm actually good at, I'm not even aware of the effort I apply to them, because it just comes naturally. So I think the easiest things to overlook are actually our real talents, because they just come so fluid and easily. We don't have to, we're not constantly having to improve them. We don't think of them, oh, I have to fix my weaknesses. We just have them. So if you think about some of the things you just enjoy that come fluidly and easily to you, those may be your greatest strengths that you just can't see, because they don't give you a hard time. They're not harassing you with the need for improvement, because they're already good.
That's fantastic.
So for what it's worth.
That's fantastic. I love it. That's fantastic. And I think about, part of the reason why I do this, I'm not a therapist, but I am a certified teacher, and I am very passionate about teaching and learning. And I just tend to do it. I tend to take things and I break it down, and I don't know. It just kind of comes to me, I put myself in somebody else's shoes and I look at things from somebody else's perspective, but I know not everyone has a strong ability has developed that, I guess, to do that. So it is really exciting. And so that's why I love getting the chance to speak and do these presentations. But I love that. Does anybody else have any thoughts on that? I think that's so profound and powerful.
I'd like to add something too.
Yeah, go ahead, Lynn.
As far as what Greg was saying about finding things that you're good at or acknowledging about yourself, I think sometimes we have this idea that it has to be some big great thing for us to be proud of ourselves. You have to make like the 7-layer cake, or you have to make the corporate up the corporate ladder. But it could just be you said hello to a person in the grocery store and they smiled, or you held the door for somebody, or you got somebody's mail by mistake and you went and dropped it off at their house instead of just leaving it in your mailbox. Just acknowledging yourself, the little small things. And then as you start doing that and being cognizant of it, you'll see the bigger things that you do, like what Mark was saying about the things that you can do with the least effort that are your talents. I think everybody has gifts and talents, and I think talents are like these kind of bigger things that really are impactful upon others and impactful within your own life, that you're given these talents. But I think you also have these little gifts that are just gifts you can give to each other, and kind of pat yourself on the back for that, like that you let somebody go in front of you in traffic, or whatever little thing you did. If you made a really great cup of coffee for yourself or for someone you care about, that's nice. Something that you did that brought happiness to you or others, that's great.
Really shows kindness, right? It shows
Yeah,
kindness and
yeah.
caring. Absolutely. Great points, Linda. Thank you so much for adding that. I see Lamb, do you have your hand up? And let me see if anybody else sometimes.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Lamb.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I just wanted to say to Mark and Linda, that's a very good point. I think what we do, just and what you said about taking things for granted, is like we don't see ourselves. Like we don't see those small things. Maybe we're thinking, big or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but we don't see the little things, like like letting somebody, pass before you, whatever. Like the stuff that we actually do, but we don't see it.
Absolutely. Great. Very nice. Great job, you guys. You guys are awesome. And I think I have just a little bit more in the presentation. Let's see what what I've got left. Okay, so we did some sharing already. So now I wanted you to take a moment and I'm going to give you 3 minutes, and I might not be long enough, but feel free to write a little bit more after, a plan of action. I want you to write down some things that you've learned from this presentation, like your takeaways. So write down what you're going to do tomorrow to implement positive action in your life. And it could be an example that came up during our discussion or what have you. So I'm just going to give you 3 minutes. You guys want to go in the breakout rooms or no?
Bring it. Let's
okay,
break.
Here we go. We'll
Yeah,
bring the
I'll be
breakout
fine with
rooms.
that.
Is that fun? Okay. All right.
Bring
So
it.
I'm going to bring, let's see, I'm going to go back to the breakout rooms for 3 minutes so you guys can have a chance to talk about it. And then we can come back and share, and then we all wrap up. Here we go. See you in 3 minutes.
I'm kind of learning with the driving thing. I've come a long way.
Okay, great. Welcome back, everybody.
Too short.
Too short.
Way too short. Yeah.
Sorry.
They always seem too
everybody.
short.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm like, I didn't know. People.
It goes by really, really, really fast. It's in my mind, I think it shouldn't, but in reality, it just breezes by.
Okay. I'll work on it, incorporating maybe a little more time. I'm always like, oh, is it going to be too much? I don't want to put people on the spot sometimes. So thank you for that feedback. So I'll work on that for the next presentation. making that a little longer. So does anybody have anything that they want to share that they shared in the group?
All I know is Mark's very helpful. And
Great, Mark. Yay.
Yeah.
You got it, Greg.
and how long were those breakout rooms? 3 minutes?
Yes, 3, and I think one was 5.
Oh, yeah, that is still short because
Too
then
short.
I shared, yeah, and then me and Chris like went back and forth for like 5 seconds on who was going to share. So that's 5 seconds right there.
Okay.
And then I shared, and then Mark didn't get to share, and then Sarah shared a little bit, but we didn't get to hear the whole scoop. So
Okay. So I'll make it longer for next time. All right. Does anybody want to share with the whole group? If anyone feel comfortable? No, don't want to put anybody on the spot, but just wanted to double check.
so I'll put myself on the spot.
Okay. Look at that.
So
You go, Greg.
That's our man right there. Atta man.
No,
There you go.
thank you all. Like I haven't really got this like much support in a while, and it's really appreciated. 'Cause I'm always the one that always like give myself all the support, but then now it's good like being around people that can like encourage me, because I'm always the one trying to encourage others. But definitely incorporate the 3 positive things, 3 strengths. Like in the morning, just remind myself of 3 positive strengths about me, and then at nighttime, I do like a little meditation with like my wins for the day. So I got to add that in. Just noticing that the little things that I'm grateful for and the actions that I took. And then as I was discussing in my group, talking about with like Mark and Chris, to finally like pursue personal training, even because Mark was like, "Hey man, you're real fit, dude." Even though like I know I am, my thing is I'll just get in my head about like confidence and like the whole journey of it, that I'll like get 3/4 of the way. Like I have my certification, but I won't actually like apply to any gym. So I don't know if I'm like mentally sabotaging myself in the head and not moving forward because of like the mental thing that I do. But another course of action will be to like apply to gyms and then just be able to just like get in there and see what happens.
Great. Good for you.
Hey,
Wonderful.
I just want to say, I think it's great that you have an action plan now. I feel like I have a feeling that this group really helped you out.
Yeah, it did. No, my thing is just being around others, because I'm always just like by myself, always trying to do things independently. But then now I realize that other people are actually like there to like support you, and like I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I'm sure this group. I mean, I just joined today, but I'm sure we'll always be here for you if you ever need it. You ever need help, maybe you can even shoot out to some of us, outside of the group if you feel comfortable to do that.
Yeah, man, definitely you and Mark, man. See how you guys are doing.
You guys rock.
That's great. I'm so proud of you guys. That's fantastic. I mean, that's what it's all about. And I'm one of those people too. I'm an only child. And so I grew up kind of like spending a lot of time by myself and always thinking that I had to have all the solutions myself without really having input from others. But what I've learned is it's just so important. And we don't, people who are successful, they're not, trust me, they are not like doing it on their own. And what I mean by that is they are definitely getting feedback and input from other people. There are other people that they are collaborating with somewhere along the line. I can pretty much guarantee you. So, so just keep that in mind. So, I only have a little bit left in the presentation for you guys. So just wanted to say, keep this information if you want to come back to the next workshop in the series. So I'll put together some more good stuff, and hopefully we can have some more of these great experiences that I hope will really help you. And I will post the link where this presentation will go in case you want to rewatch that. And maybe take a little more time to write than you had before. And let's see, there's if I missed anything in the chat, if there's any other questions, if I missed something, feel free to email me. And whoops, sorry guys, that screen share went a little crazy there for a second. So There we go. So just wanted to say thank you so much for coming. I wish you all a great rest of your week and a great weekend. I hope to see you all again. Feel free to reach out to me at coachstaciann@yahoo.com or via the meetup group if you have any other thoughts or questions. And I look forward to seeing you again. So best wishes to everybody.
Thank you
Thank
so much.
Stacy.
You're
Thank you so
welcome.
much. Yeah.
everybody.
You're welcome.
Thank
Thank
This is
you,
a great group
everybody.
you set up.
You.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great.